Yo, what is up, you guys? And welcome back to another Minecraft. Oh my god, what the fuck? Minecraft?
Minecraft.
What
Oh, I
the
didn't know you
fuck?
were playing Minecraft today.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's a Minecraft video, of course. Fuck. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the OnEdge Podcast. And it's another mini episode. What can I tell you guys? Today, we have one of our co-hosts, Jensen. How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great.
Fuck, man. Why would I start the video with Minecraft?
I,
Pathetic.
I mean, it's in your roots, you know. It's
That's how I started my life.
used to be a Minecraft YouTuber back in the day.
Oh my god, I can't believe I started it like that. But this is a pre-recorded video from the day before the release, unlike the other ones that we've been releasing recently. If you guys didn't know, so mostly everything that we're seeing right now is fresh. So we're doing this episode, but there wasn't really much things online that we could find. But there is one big topic that we did find that is pretty crazy. And we'll talk about the Roman Atwood situation. If you guys don't know who Roman Atwood, he is a vlogger. He is a OG vlogger. Back then in the old days when he used to be with back in the old days he used to make pranks with FouseyTube and all that. And it's just crazy how he's come a long way, and he stands at 50.5 million subscribers. And he has a story. Why won't you tell us about it, Jensen?
Well, all right. I'll be glad to tell you guys this. So recently, not recently, like I think a year or maybe a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. He stopped uploading, and everybody just trying to figure out like what happened. Everybody had theories. His mother passed away during that time, so people thought it was because of his mother's passing. But just today, 9 hours ago, he posted a video just telling like everything that happened, and man, it gets dark. Like it is insane. I'm just gonna like hop right into it, dude.
Go for it.
Like he was being stalked, people were probably like thinking like, wow, he's being stalked, whatever. But this was like serious. This was like had a fear for their life serious. Like the guy, I remember a big thing he talked about was like during his mom's funeral, the guy sent a bomb threat, and they had to get like the cops and the FBI to like watch like the funeral so nothing bad happened. There was a story that he said where the guy called his insurance company, like canceled all their insurances, and like then they get a phone call from their insurance rep asking like, why'd you cancel it? They didn't even know it happened. Like the guy, I remember, this is gonna be like a pretty gruesome like thing to say, but he did say like he wanted to like hang him and all his family. The guy would send pictures of like his house and like their cameras. And one more thing, like apparently like the guy would like turn off like their vehicles while they were driving and stuff like that. Like it was just craziness. And like I can't imagine having to go through that, guys. No, that's just crazy.
It's just crazy how people can lose their minds and go after innocent people. Because I'm pretty sure they didn't do nothing to the guy. He was just
He's a good guy. Roman Atwood, like all he spreads is positivity. Like if you just go through his channel, it's just, and like a thing he said in his thing, like on in the video, he said like, why would somebody do this? Like they're just like, it's just a man, his kids, and his wife
exactly.
posting videos online.
It's crazy, bro, how people can lose their heads and go after innocent people. And the crazy part is that he had to keep this all to himself. He couldn't say nothing to no one because it affected him. It really did because he had no one. Like how do I explain it? He had to block himself out of social media just for the fault of a person trying to be funny or a person trying to trend in their life. Um, and for Roman Atwood, this is one of the major ways he makes money. So I can't imagine how badly it affected him.
And I know they just recently had like a kid too, so just imagine like having that fear of like bringing a new kid to the world, having like your daughter like that's like 3 years old, your two sons, like they can't even like go outside without having like just to be scared that somebody can come and just attack them.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Um,
I don't know if I was in their shoes, dude. I don't know how I would just be able to deal with that.
No, yeah,
And
and I remember Roman Atwood, and anybody who watches YouTube and since the beginning days, you're gonna remember Roman Atwood. He was there since day one, and he's been here for a long time. And I don't think he's planning to leave anytime soon. He's like a Casey Neistat. Him and Roman Atwood were one of the first ones to start vlogging, and guess what? Everybody started doing that because it started working out. Um,
like Roman Atwood, that says right here, his vlogs started, or his like his prank started in 2010, but his vlog started 2013. So he's been since 2013. Imagine like vlogging for that long and then having just to take like a time off, like just suddenly because somebody decided just to target his family and just have that bad just intent, that malice towards his family. It's crazy, dude.
it's pretty fucking crazy, honestly. But honestly, it's good that they're good. That he was able to release a video. Hopefully, they got the guy. They put him under bars. And he's no longer gonna be able to hurt anybody or anybody. I think I just said the same shit. Fuck, but
He did.
I said anybody and anybody. But, oh well. But yeah, at the end of the day, that dude's a dickbag. He's a fucking
Yeah,
scumbag.
he's
Fucking
disgusting, dude.
exactly. But yeah, I guess starting with the sad news now. Another news is Trump's diet button.
Oh man, good old button.
You can
You want to take this one?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take this one. So apparently, and I didn't know this. Yensen actually told me about this. Trump had a button in his office that would call a butler to bring him a Diet Coke inside the Oval Office. And the reason I bring this up is that President Biden removed this button from his office. That's just fucking crazy, though.
My man was balling in there. Like anytime he was thirsty for a Diet Coke, just bang, and it was just there, like instantly. Like, imagine just having that. Like, if you had that button, what would you use it for? Like, what would you want delivered to you?
It says right here. It says right here. Eventually, Trump pressed it, and the butler swiftly brought in a Diet Coke on a silver platter. Jeez, not even holding it. He had to put it in a silver platter. Jeez, the amount of balls
Good.
this guy has.
I bet that butler got good money for doing that, though. Probably got some tips, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ! But yeah, that's a little tip. I'm guessing none of you knew about, but voila! I guess now you know. Fun fun fact of the day, ain't it? But
That's a. No, that's something I didn't think I needed to know, but now that I know it, it feels good that I know it.
all right, but moving on, we're rapidly going through the waves of topics. Movies. What's your favorite movie? Let's talk about that.
Ooh, my favorite movie. They kind of put me on the spot here.
I can say it straight out my back. My favorite movie is Ready Player One.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
I watched
Oh
that.
man,
I watched that movie so many times. Jeez.
see, I have favorite movies in different genres. That's the thing. All right, let's say like, all right, I'll just say like, oh, I'll say Maze Runner.
All the whole
Yeah,
the whole trilogy.
it's the last one was garbage, but yeah.
I think
If I had to pick like a whole trilogy of movie, I picked like the little Divergent series. That's were so good.
Oh, bro, I fucking hate that they ended that. That they just canceled the whole trilogy and they just didn't do it.
The movies were so good. They were bangers.
Yeah, they were good. They were good, but I believe they canceled them because the movie was in between back when Hunger Games was on and with the Maze Runner was coming out. So the Maze Runner was more famous because of the books. So it was crushing Divergent. It wasn't getting any popularity. And then all of a sudden Hunger Games starts coming out with their final movies and it's crushing Divergent, and they didn't have, I think they weren't getting enough support for them to finish the movie, so they cut the production and they stopped doing the trilogy. But it was just crazy because at the end, I believe her parents died because trying to protect them, or her mom, her dad, or something like that. I don't remember, but I
I
don't
remember.
remember.
I think her mom died when like they were like I think they raided her mom's like little where they stayed. I think she died so the daughter could leave.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that trilogy was best. But I believe my favorite one would. I think I would have to say Hunger Games. Oh,
Honestly, dude, did you watch? Okay, I have a big opinion on the part like the Mockingjay part 1 and part 2. Did you watch this?
yeah, I
The whole
watched it
thing?
all. Yeah.
They were so bad.
How, bro? They were decent. They were decent. They
Part
weren't bad.
1 was part 2 was so bad. I can part 2 was garb in my opinion. I
Nah,
They
nah.
could I don't know.
I guess it's gonna be
I
a
just
agree
wanna
to
think of them
disagree
better.
situation, but no, I fucking love that. Honestly, like trilogies like the Avengers, Iron Man, and all that. Those trilogies, Star Wars, what else? Harry Potter. Harry Potter's a fucking long one. I'm telling you that right now.
I want to get into Harry. I've only watched one Harry Potter movie, and it wasn't like the first one. It was probably like one of the middle ones, and I just want to get into it so bad. Like, it seems like I know I like it.
I've been wanting to, but I would need to have a lot of time, bro. I know they're super hella long, but I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. I know the one that I
Question.
recently. What's up?
Sorry. So I was gonna ask you, do you know Percy Jackson? Those
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that one's all right.
dude. If they would have continued like the whole like trilogy, like from the books, oh man, like I hate how they stopped at the second one.
Oh yeah, but
It's so
the crazy part is that they weren't even using the same characters from the first one though. Only like a few.
Mhm.
I think the main character they didn't use him. They were using a different one, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, like I don't know why they didn't like continue it, but like I really wish they would.
yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was all right though. It wasn't the best. Um, Hopefully they come out with the trilogy for Ready Player One because that movie's amazing. I just love how literally anything and everything comes out in that movie. You got Batman, you have dinosaurs, you have King Kong, you have Godzilla, you have what else? You got the robot from the little cartoon movie we used to watch. You have Ninja Turtles. You have everything. Honestly, just think of anything and you have it there.
Also, I think The Purge. I love all those movies. Like Election Year, The First Purge, Anarchy. Like I love all of them.
I haven't watched a lot of them, bro. I think I've only watched like two or two of those, but they're
There's
not bad though.
there's a
For
new one coming out too, 2021.
I for sure have to see them in a. Do they have like do they go in chronological order or is it just you can just
You
watch when
can
they're
watch whichever one. They
they don't
don't
have a
really like
sequence?
connect.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But yeah, one of the movies that is barely coming out this year on 2021 is King Kong versus Godzilla. It's called King Kong versus Godzilla, of course, but it's in the MonsterVerse, and that's just gonna be badass. Godzilla has two movies out: the original one, Godzilla, and Godzilla King of the Monsters, I believe, and Kong has Kong School of Island. But you're not really into this MonsterVerse or anything like that, but that's just gonna be amazing. I'm telling you right now.
So like, what is the MonsterVerse? Like,
Okay,
is that just like
Okay, so you know how
explain?
there's everything like DC universe and a Marvel universe and a multi universe and all that shit. So the
Huh?
MonsterVerse is where Godzilla, King Kong, and um, all those all those monsters exist. I know there's a lot of them, but I don't really remember all the other names. But yeah, practically, if you've seen Godzilla King of Monsters, um, there was the dragon that had the three heads, and I know I'm gonna trigger a few people because I don't know the exact names. Was the one that was king of the monsters, and he called all the monsters, and literally, Godzilla got him and killed him, and he became the king of the monsters. But there was only one single monster in the whole series that didn't show up, and that was Kong. So I don't know what that meant, but we're gonna find out when it comes out.
So, quick question. So I searched up here the MonsterVerse, and Pacific Rim came up. So are they like a part of like that MonsterVerse?
No, 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 no. Pacific Rim is something else. Pacific Rim is a trilogy as well. It has two different movies. I'm just gonna tell you, Pacific Rim. The first movie, amazing, 10 out of 10. Second movie, horrible, disgusting. They made it on a fucking laptop. I'm telling you right now. Uh,
I
but it's just a
never
horrible.
like
You
it didn't
never
look
want.
like it would appeal to me. No.
No. I suggest you watch the first movie. The main robot there is Gypsy Danger, I believe. That's a great movie. The first one, amazing, and I'm pretty sure when you love the first one, you're gonna like. Honestly, you're gonna want to see the second one, but then the second one's gonna disappoint you a lot. Um, but yeah, it's an amazing movie, but it has monsters. There's like a realm of monsters underneath the water. Um, that's why I'm guessing you saw it. But um, so so I'm searching it up right now. Monsterverse. To Monsterverse, and then um, I get oh yeah, it's Pacific Rim part of the Monsterverse, and it says the sequel of Guillermo del Toro's affiliation homepage to the mecha anime and Monsterverse genres and sprung out of Japan. Pacific Rim Uprising also happens to hail from the same studio that is currently spearheading Godzilla and King Kong cinematic Monsterverse, Legendary Pictures. So that practically what it means is that they're just from the same production, but not the
Okay.
same Monsterverse. You get me?
Okay, I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, so going on, I'm not really gonna talk about WandaVision. It's part of Marvel. It's an amazing movie. I mean series. I can't say nothing about it. I'm not gonna spoil it. All I can tell you is go watch it for yourself. It's gonna be for
Can't
you.
wait to watch it.
Yeah, it's literally it goes both ways. You either like it or you don't. That's gonna be about it. You're gonna have your topics about it, but it's as simple as that. You either like it or you don't, because when you see it, you're gonna find out what I mean by that.
See, Scarlet Witch is like one of my favorite. Sure, if not, I think I did on the one episode. I think I did say she's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I
Oh,
believe you did.
I think I'll like this.
But going on with the last movie, I want to talk about Prisoners. I know earlier I said Survivor, but it was actually the wrong movie title. It's actually called Prisoners,
Prisoners.
and
Have I seen it?
it was a movie released on 2013. Um, it's 2 hours and 33 minutes long, and I want to suggest anybody who's watching this right now to watch the movie. And the reason is I'm just gonna tell you the movie right now. Um, if you don't want to watch the movie, I'll go ahead and have a time on the screen for you to skip the part if you want to hear the movie. Unfortunately for you, Jensen, you're here, and I'm gonna have to screw up the movie for you. Um,
Yeah, you're good.
so practically, what the movie is, it starts off with some neighbors going to visit out their other neighbors, right? And they're having like a cookout, and both neighbors have two teenager kids, and then they have two daughters. One is from one neighbor, and the other one's from the other neighbor. And the girls decide that they want to go to the other house because they're trying to find a whistle, quote unquote. And while they're over there, someone takes the girls. Someone abducts the girls, and they get abducted in a specific house, in front of a specific house, and it's an RV. And the guy that abducts them is a guy with an IQ of 10. So this starts to spread a lot of problems, because there's no way a person with an IQ of a 10-year-old could have adopted some children, taken them, and done and hidden them and all that. So they get abducted, and then it just starts with a lot of craziness. Like little facts, like there's the investigator who's trying to search the problem, the thing, who's trying to solve it. I'm sorry, and he's looking into level 9 child predators around the area, and he goes into a priest house who's a child predator, and he finds like a little bunker in his house, and there's a dead person right there who has
Holy.
sign of a mace in his chest, and he says the pastor says that he killed him a long time ago, that he had still in 16 children, and that he killed him because he had said that, and he said it with so much pride. And the funny thing is that the guy that had the 10-year-old IQ was her aunt had a quote unquote adopted him because his parents supposedly died. Um, but I'll continue on with this right now. So what goes on to happen is that they keep going on. They're trying to search for it. The dad actually, from one of the girls, when he sees the guy out in the street, the guy with a 10 IQ, he thinks it's him so bad that he takes him and actually like takes him like what do you call what's the word? He abducts him. So like takes him to a place and starts beating him to death so he could tell him where the girls are at. And then while they were having like a little memorial in front of one of the guys' house for the girls, there's a sketchy guy who goes and puts down a light, and then he's touching one of the teddy bears that someone put there. And the detective sees that. So now he starts chasing after him and he gets away. And I'm sorry if I'm just bringing out a lot of different topics. It's just that this movie's like really long.
I'm like intrigued in this story right now. Like,
okay. So yeah. Okay, so so further on, they're trying to find this new person now that the detective saw right there touching the little bear. So now he's going into new topics, and then they realize that the guy is missing because the aunt didn't report him as missing just because he didn't want to get him in trouble. But now he's missing, and the detective is now following the dad. And he was literally about to go into the building where he had the guy set in, but he there's a garbage truck that comes behind him and honks, so it's like unreveals all of that. So he doesn't go in it, so the detective doesn't find out that he has him. So further on in the movie, someone from the store calls the detective saying that they saw the guy touching the teddy bear, and he goes to the house where he lives, and he breaks in, and the guy has a bunch of symbols in his house written all over the walls, and there was the same symbol from the guy that was in the attic of the priest that had a mace in his neck. So it was literally the same symbol, and it was just so crazy. So yeah, the detective's by himself. He was there. He was the first one to get there. He's panicking because he's looking through the rooms and he finds a room with a bunch of boxes with holes in it. So he doesn't know what that means. He goes and puts the guy in his cop car, and he rushes to the boxes. He opens them, and it's a bunch of kids' clothes with blood and a bunch of snakes in them. There's no bodies, note it, but it's a bunch of things. Later on in the movie, they're searching the house, and they do find 2 bodies, but they're not actual bodies. They're mannequins with pig blood in them. So
the fuck?
It's just crazy. So further on with that, they're interrogating the guy, and the guy actually steals the gun from a detective, and he looks at him, and he points the gun in his mouth and kills himself. While he was trying to draw a map, quote unquote, but it was a maze. So now further on, later in the movie, one of the girls gets found. One of the little girls gets found, and they all rush to the hospital to go see. But now that they're there, the other family that's there, they're just really worried, and they're trying to see if their daughter is still alive by asking the little girl if she was still alive. And then the girl wakes up, and she tells one of the guy, the father, which is the same guy who adopted the 10 IQ guy. He tells the father, he's like, when we were adopted, you were there. You put the tape in our mouth. So he's so confused because it wasn't him. But earlier in the movie, he had gone to the aunt's house of the 10 IQ just to apologize, supposedly, quote unquote. And he was drugged. So he remembered that. So now he's rushing back to the aunt's house. And when he gets there, the aunt points a gun at him because it was her. She had taken the kids. And during the movie, when the investigator was trying to find something about the house that the girl was adopted in, you know how I told you it was a specific house? So he was searching the things up, and then he found out that someone was actually, like years before, like 26 years before, someone was adopted in front of the same house 26 years before. And he was interviewing that lady. And yeah, so the kid was adopted, and then we go back into the father while he was torturing the 10 IQ guy that he had abducted. The guy tells him, "My name is not Alex," because that's his name that her aunt gave him, Alex. And he was like saying, "My name is not Alex. I'm not Alex." And then he's like, "What do you mean your name is not Alex?" So further on, when he has the gun pointed at him, the aunt tells him the first kid we stole was actually Alex. His name was Jimmy or something like that, and he was actually the same kid who was abducted 26
Wait, so
years.
that 10 IQ kid was the kid they abducted.
Yeah, he
Like,
was abducted 26 years before. He was the first kid that was ever abducted by them. So, that aunt, it's just crazy because the aunt was actually had a connection with a guy that was found dead in the attic of the priest. It was actually her husband.
oh shit.
So yeah, he gets the she gets the dad and he puts him in a hole and puts a car over the hole so they can't find him. Uh, and then the detective gets her in time, and she was about to kill the little girl, but she she doesn't. The detective finds her and kills her. Like shot. I think shoots her 2 times, and he actually gets shot in the head, but it scrapes his head, so he's all bleeding while taking the girl to the hospital. And then that's about it. They find both of the girls, and they make it out of there. They're alive, but now the one who's lost under the ground is one of the fathers, and they can't find him. But they're trying to find him so they can put him in prison because he was torturing the 10 IQ guy. But
Holy shit.
it's just crazy. You have to watch the movie for yourself. I'll go ahead and send
Found
you.
the movie on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's called Prisoners. You gotta watch it, definitely.
Wow, I'm adding it right now, dude. I'm watching this shit tonight.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. One of the main actors was Hugh Jackman. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy who did X-Men. Wonderful character, actor. I love him. He has to be in my top 10 for sure. But yeah, it's just really crazy how all of that happens. And I probably didn't make sense half of the time, but honestly, if you want to know what I'm talking about, search up the movie Prisoners. Came out in 2013. It's a crime, drama, and mystery movie. And there you go. You can go ahead and watch the movie for yourself, and you'll get intrigued with it. But yeah, what do you think about it?
Dude, from the sounds of it, that shit sounds crazy, dude.
And yeah,
Like, I want to watch it. Like, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
you'll just find out a lot of more things, and a lot of things that I said probably didn't make sense, but they'll make a lot of more sense when you're watching it. You'll see. But yeah, that's a pretty crazy movie. uh, but yeah, I guess that actually took up most of our time. But honestly, what can I say? That's a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah, I'm literally like I'm excited to watch it, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, I'm smiling right now. I can't wait.
But yeah, moving on. Uh, we have a topic for people to remember, and these are probably people you didn't know died in 2020. And I have 4 people. This is actually one of my topics. And this is like towards you to let you know, because I'm pretty sure you don't know most of them. You only know one of them that I told you about right now. First, coming up with Jackie Stallone, which is actually Sylvester Stallone's mother. And if you guys don't know who Sylvester Stallone is, he's the guy who did Rocky. Her mother died, and I'm pretty sure she died because she was old, and I don't mean that in an offense way. She died at 98, so that's pretty good. Irfan Khan. If you guys don't know who Irfan Khan is, he was the guy who was the actor for the movie Live of Pi. Have you ever watched that movie?
Oh wait, that's the one with like the kid on the boat with the tiger. Oh my
Yeah.
god, the
Yeah,
movie made me cry, dude.
yeah, that actor died. He was battling cancer, so that was that. Unfortunately, he passed away on 2020. Rocky Johnson, he is actually Dwayne Johnson's dad. He was a WWE fighter or a wrestler fighter. Um, so yeah, he died I think he was 75 years old or 78. But
Oh, he died so young.
yeah, he didn't. But that's average lifespan nowadays. But yeah, he still died young. I don't remember the reasons, but yeah, that was one of the things. This last guy, I don't really know who he was. His name is Logan Williams, and he was actually. Have you ever watched The Flash?
I have not.
All right, but for anybody who watched The Flash, and or you guys are fans of Flash, on season 2, the Flash ruins his timeline, and there's a kid who's acting as a young Flash, as a little kid Flash, and that's actually the actor who was acting as the little young Flash, Logan Williams, and they don't say the reason why he died, but he died at 16 years old. So that's pretty
16.
Yeah, 16.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, that's pretty horrifying. But at least his name's out there, so we can remember him. And yeah, I sped through that one because I want to get to this last topic that's really interesting. Trisha Paytas. What a
Yes.
straight out your back when you hear that name. What do you think about it?
I think of the first thing that comes to my mind. I think of David Dobrik, because she was a member of the Vlog Squad back in the day,
Yeah.
and I just think of somebody. And then after that, I just think of somebody who just loves to
my fucking
complain.
bed.
Yeah. Wait, King. Wait. Keep going.
What?
Keep going.
I just think of somebody who just I mean, every time I hear that name, I know something's going on because all she does is complain about stuff.
No, yeah, and actually, when she used to be back in the Vlog Squad, she actually, when she got out, she started trying to expose everybody and talking crap about David and all that. It just sucks. I don't like Trisha Paytas. The new recent drama she's been in is with that supposedly she's scared of Jeffree Stars. That supposedly Jeffree Stars been threatening doing assaults against her and all that. And honestly, I don't believe it. I feel like Trisha Paytas is just a person who's an attention whore and does anything and everything just to get attention for her, practically.
She just wants to stay in the media, pretty much.
Exactly.
Doesn't want to lose that clout. But I honestly, I saw, I didn't like, now that you mentioned like the Jeffree Star thing. I remember we talked about it a little bit off camera, but I look up and now I remember, like, I saw the video of, like, I think this like started off because they went on a trip somewhere, and like apparently they were like no disrespectful to her, saying like racial slurs and shit.
Yeah, actually, I did see that. Yeah, so supposedly that Trisha, that what do you call it? Jeffree Star invited Trisha to a trip, and while Trisha was somewhere else, that Jeffree Star and a group of friends were there talking crap about her behind her back, and that Trisha was so offended that she just left. Like she didn't let Jeffree take her back. She just left, got her own things, and left. But practically, Jeffree Star knew what he did wrong, and he said publicly that he has apologized to Trisha for that. So he's admitting to it. But there's another guy. There's a different guy who still was talking crap about her behind her, not behind her back. He was actually just doing it public already. Like he didn't care because he doesn't like her. But that's not a reason to just make a video and start accusing people of assaulting you or giving you life threats just because they did something behind your back a few years back. But it just sucks. And
I feel like even let's say this like were true, let's say Jeffree Star did assault her or whatever, it's so hard to believe Trisha just because like how many lies she makes up and how much shit she talks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the liability she gives you. Like there's none. And I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like she's disgusting. And the meaning behind this is because back then she actually used to make videos of her eating a shitload of food. That's how she started her channel, eating a shitload of food. And I know that people do this for a living, but like she did it in such a disturbing or unorthodox fucking way that it was so disgusting. I don't know. I just don't like that. Have you ever watched some of that shit or heard about it?
I haven't. I just recently started hearing about well, as soon as I really got into David Dobrik, that's when I really like found out who she was, but I didn't know about her food stuff.
No, yeah.
Is it like kind of like mukbang kind of things?
Yeah, it's probably like a mukbang, but it was just it was disgusting. It was like way too much food, like way too much. Like all the like I know you see her and you probably think, oh, she's skinny and all that, but it's just plastics. It's just not plastic surgery. It's just, I don't know the specific word, but it's just surgery in general.
The liposuction and shit.
I believe so. Just she doesn't work out. I don't think she works out at all. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it for today, guys. We talked about a lot of shit. Like always, I want you guys to watch that movie, Prisoners. There's gonna be a link to it down in the description. You guys can watch it on Hulu or on Prime Video. but I'll leave a link to one of those in the description, and you guys can go and watch the movie. Any last words?
Oh, fuck you guys. You guys are done?
Oh,
Fucking,
well,
I'm done. I'm gonna go be my meat.